I've been asked more than once in recent memory as to why I've never applied for the community contributor program. And there's two very simple reasons for that. One is that I am a fucking ant compared to like some of the other actual CCs. Like I literally might as well not exist. And two is that when you consider that I am currently on my second permanent chat ban and that my alt account is on its uh, fifth or sixth chat ban in the span of like 5 or 6 months, yeah, it's safe to say that Wargaming uh, doesn't really like me. I'm not their favorite person. So if I were to apply for the CC program, they would probably laugh in my face. So yeah, there you go. That aside, there's carriers, so that's always fun. Schlieffen and a Preußen, those guys are just gonna press W and probably kill themselves in the process. A Black Radar, Aventurier, and Cunabirdi for destroyers. There's no submarines, at least. And that is a Parseval, which is not the worst carrier I could have ended up facing. I would rather face a Parseval than any tier 10 carrier. And I would rather face a Parseval than like a fucking Kaga or even a Lexington. Because I have the AA of somebody writing a angrily worded letter and mailing it off to Japan, or I guess the US, and or I guess in this particular case Germany. But yeah, my AA is like about as effective as throwing rocks, so that's always fun. Uh, Wisconsin and Schlieffen both have Hydro, which is going to be really annoying to try and torpedo them unless they're dogs and they just hit it at the same time, which is always entirely possible. And of course, this carrier is going to be heading this direction too. I'm going to slow down and wait for where this carrier is going to go. There's their division over there. So it is still entirely possible. Okay, their Parseval just inted into fighters. You'll love to see that. You're going to head this direction. No, he's just going to donate to the nearest battleship. So that's fun. Alright, with that, those planes out the way, we can try and head towards C. There is a smoke screen over there, which leads me to believe that that is the black, based on the fact that you can, it's really hard to see, but you can see how the smoke puffs aren't really fading, which immediately rules out the Cunabirdi. And the Aventurier just straight up doesn't have smoke. So. And of course, here comes the battleship duo to press W and kill themselves on purpose. Yeah, look at these two fucking clowns. Now Jaeger already managed to kill himself. So that's amazing. Is this Black in division? No, he's not. Oh, well. Okay. That's a screenshot and a half if I've ever seen one. No, no, not really. That's a little unfortunate. Of course, I get accidentally spotted by the carrier. And there's the Black's radar. And then, of course, the two battleships hydroed whatever cruiser it was in that smoke, which looks like it to be the Takahashi. Of course, he gets fire with the one secondary that hits as well. You love to see that. What else you love to see is the fact that they're basically just being allowed to walk for basically free in your typical German battleship player fashion. Both of these clowns are just going to press W and kill themselves. And question is our team going to kill themselves slightly faster? There goes one of them. Look at the fucking Preußen literally pressing W into an Iowa, a GK, and a Burgonia. Alright. Now I'm gonna have to probably deal... No, I think I'm gonna have to try and contest the cap here. And the reason for that is because I just hit my start button or my Windows key by accident, but the reason for that is because if I were to head towards D, there's basically nothing over there that can support me if I were to face check the Kuniberti or get radared by the Seattle, or both. I'm basically a dead man. Over here, I at least have the somewhat support of the GK, the Iowa, and the Moskva. And I say that in a very loose sense. Oof, there go. That Takahashi just got smacked. And so did the black. And if it weren't for these planes, I would be really tempted to shoot right here. And I am honestly really tempted to just shoot anyway. Because this black is very, very low. And their carrier is like a literal bot, by the way. I love how I was not given spotting credit for that, by the way. Is he just going to stay in the same spot? No, he's accelerating. Alright, with the death of the black, we should be able to, or not the black, the carrier, we should be able to run at the black, because the black did eat some blind fire and a torpedo, so he is going to be pretty low. Our Slava, and maybe even the Moskva, should be able to walk at sea for relatively free. Though it is unlikely that we're going to be able to get into A with the Dazen and the Thunderer and the Wisconsin literally right there. I love how I was not given spotting credit for that either. Thanks, game. I appreciate it. The only question is, where did this black fuck off to? Oh, that Seattle's probably about to get deleted. There we go. Might have to tank a little bit of fire from this Takahashi and the Dazen. That's gonna hurt. That could have... I could have lived without that happening. I'm gonna put some twerps out on that. That Seattle is somehow still alive despite being broadside to a Moskva and a Slava. Which makes perfect sense. They have absolutely no radar left, and their only destroyer is off in Narnia, so this is basically a free cap right here. I don't know how our, I don't know how to pronounce that. But regardless, I don't know how that guy got spotted. Okay, our Moskva should be okay. We have a carrier and they don't, so we do have an advantage in that. If our carrier can go and spot the Kuna birdie. Our Moskva and the GK should theoretically be able to deal with a Seattle. Though if the Yoshino and the Dazen goes that way, we should be alright. And we're gonna grab this cap without inting out of it. That actually had the potential to be a really nasty cross torp right there. If they timed that slightly better, and maybe if they had better torpedoes than Japanese torpedo spread, that could have been nasty. But if our Slava might be able to deal with this guy. Maybe the Montana as well. But it doesn't look like anybody's really interested in shooting at him. So never mind, I guess. Oh, no, Slava shot at him and immediately bounced everything. I don't think our Montana is going to have the shot. And our GK is just going to donate, so you'll love to see that. Yep, there goes the GK. I don't know if anybody... Oof! There goes that Thunderer. Okay, I can forgive the Montana for not shooting the Takahashi. Because there's an island in the way, and he also killed the Thunderer, so we'll take that. Now the question is anybody on the entire team in the next 10 minutes going to shoot at this Takahashi? Literally nobody. Okay. Oh, no, the Iowa took the shot. And the Iowa almost just fucking killed him. Alright, never mind. Thank you very much, Iowa. Our Provort, however the fuck that's pronounced. Is he burning? Is that an HE Wisconsin? Or a secondary Wisconsin? Whatever. Hopefully he lives that. There's a Yoshino pressing W. He's probably going to try and go for the torpedo on the Moskva. Hopefully that can at very least end out being a trade. Our other destroyer is going to be able to grab A. This Yoshino should hopefully trade at least... okay, never mind. That's awkward. And there's most likely Kuna smoke right there, because the Kuna is shooting at the Mosfa and is not being detected. So I'm guessing that the Kuna does have his smoke right now. Our Mosfa's not going to radar, though, which would be very... Yeah, there's the Kuna smoke. Ooh, the Mosfa did not radar, by the way. I just want to point out that the Mosfa had the radar and didn't use it. So, great fucking job there. This Kuna Birdie's not going to... no, he did take the bait, but our carrier is just going to fuck right off. So, I'm gonna probably... what I'm gonna do now is I'm just going to head in between these island chains right here to deny the Kuna Birdie the route that he would want to go, the shortest route into our cap, but never mind, he's just going to run off. Which I guess, to be completely fair, there is a carrier going after him, but he's not really, because the carrier is just going to go and donate all of his planes to the Seattle. I also want to point out that we are only now really coming ahead on points. I mean, we just got another kill, which helps, but that entire time, we've just let them tick on 3 caps for like 10 years. And if you ever wanted to know how big of a difference caps make, this is your best proof right here. The fact that we were 2 ships up and only just then came up ahead on points, and that was with getting a kill. Caps matter is the bottom line here. No, we're gonna try our best to not throw right now. If our Provorny, how the fuck is that pronounced? Provorny? You know, whatever. If he's probably gonna die to the Wisconsin. Yep. This Kuna Birdie is almost definitely going to try and walk into the cap. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna flood the cap area with torpedoes. What I'm predicting is going to happen is that the Kuna Birdie is going to just press W straight into the cap and go for like this island chain right there. So that's where I'm going to put my torpedoes out at. Yeah. I'm going to try and not kill myself on purpose. Use the island. What the fuck was that? I love this game. No aiming bugs here, by the way. Just trust. And the Seattle is still over there playing Island Cockroach. Like he's done literally all game. And now the Wisconsin is just going to lose the game instead of even trying to go for the cap. Which, to be completely fair, I mean, it's not really going to make a difference at this point. But still, could have at very least made the attempt. But instead he's just going to bow in reverse, and he's going to die. And tap. Alright, we take those. That got a little bit iffy in the beginning half there. But I just want to point out their Schlieffen and their Preußen both killed themselves at the very beginning. Like, if you're going to do double battleship, don't fucking do that. Well, first of all, don't do double battleship to start with. But second of all, like, if you're going to do double, like, brawling battleships, don't fucking press W and kill yourselves right at the very beginning for literally no reason, like these two fucking clowns did. Uh, I mean, imagine if they had a fucking full health Preußen and a Schlieffen that actually had the brain power to not fucking int at the very beginning and kill themselves for free. And their carrier, who placed at the very bottom, by the way, but that's another story. Like, and then of course, caps matter. That's all fun. So, yeah, that's it. I'll see you.